श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् ळन् ञमङणनं जभै घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ चटथ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् हल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि. So we were seeing Alontyasya Sutra. After Alontyasya Sutra, next sutra is Gnicca. Okay, Gnicca, 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 Gnicca. Two pada sutra, beautiful sutra. Two pada sutra. This sutra says Gnicca. Okay, cha is avyaya anyway. Gnic. Okay. Okay. Forget. So Nitcha. Nitcha iti. Nakar ityasya iti nit. That for which nakara is it is called as nit. Tika first. Nitcha commentary itself, the Moola itself. I am api antyasya eva syat. What does this sutra say? I am api antyasya eva syat. This sutra also gives the adesha, declares that the adesha should be for the final character only. Okay, antyasya. Dash 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 sarvasya ityasya apavadaha. For this dash 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 sarvasya sutra, this is the apavada sutra. What is this? Normally he gives the first part of the sutra and gives dash dash dash. Now he is giving the dash dash dash, and it is like in the school we used to have, for especially for this Tamil, we used to have some there is a text called Thirukural which we need to mug up, remember everything, all the 10 or 20 or 50 or whatever. So what they'll ask is, they'll give the first part of the couplet and ask us to write the couplet, or the last part and ask us to write the complete couplet. First part, if you say, it is easy. Last part, like this Sarvasya, what is Sarvasya? This sutra which we are going to see, AnekalShitSarvasya, is what is said as Sarvasya here and nothing else. Okay? AnekalShitSarvasya, that is what is said as Sarvasya. Ityasya Apavada. For that Sarvasya Sutra, this is Apavada Sutra. Very good. So that is the Apavada Sutra. Gnicca Tika. Nakara it yasya sa ngit, for which the nakara is it is called as ngit. Okay. Now, alontyasya iti anuvartate. Alontyasya iti anuvartate. From the alontyasya sutra, the alontyasya completely is carried forward to this sutra to complete the sutra. Tada ayam api iti. That is what I said. Ayam api alontyasya evasya. This sutra also will come to the only in the end. Nidapi ityartha. Ayamapi means nit api. This nit also will come only in the last part of the sutra. Avang tatang anang ityadi adeshaha udaharanam. Avang tatang and anang. These are the examples for this. But wait, remove the tatang from the list. Tatang should not be in the list. Tuhyas tatang gashi anyatarasyam. There is a sutra. So, according to that sutra, tu for the tu, ta tatang will come. Tatang will come. Tu for the tu, tatang will come. Okay. So for tatang comes, that is a option. Bhavata bhavata. Now, since tatang is nita, first let us try to see the form in front of our eyes. For tatanga, bhu plus ashirvachana, bhu plus tu, bhu plus ta, tip, bhu plus tip, kartari shap, bhu plus a plus tip ti, bhu plus a plus ti, bhu plus a plus ti, bhav plus a plus ardat sardat kardat etc. will come, and bhava plus ti, erhu, bhava plus tu. Okay, bhava plus tu. At this point, tuhyas tatango ashishi anyatarasyam, this sutra comes and gives tatang adesha for tu. If tatang adesha is given for tu, where will it come? Alontyasya paribhasha, the final u will come. Only in the u place of u, this sutra will come. This tatang will come. Itu plus tatang, like that the rupa will be. And this sutra case comes and says for nit also this is the rule. So nit means tatang nakara it. Tat is the rupa. Tat is the rupa. Okay, the final outcome for a tatang. Tat will be the final outcome. So where will the tat come? In the last. Okay, then I will remove the u and I will place tatang there. Bhava plus it plus tat. Bhavat tat, like that will be. That is not the rupa. Bhavatat is the rupa. Okay. So how do we do that? This here, AnekalShitSarvasya will come and say, no. Even if it is Nita, here I am the ruler. Okay. We will understand that later. So the tatang given there is not right. Sometimes these kind of mistakes happen. While quoting, I also sometimes say some sutra which may not be the right sutra there. So it happens. So this is not a big deal. But that is not right there. That is what the idea is. Okay. Tatang. No. Okay, fine. Let that be. No. Alontyamiti. Alontyasya iti. Puru sutrena eva siddhe. Kimartam idam ityatah. See, Gnicca. What is Gnicca doing? Gnicca sutra doing? Gnicca, if the Nakara is Gnicca, then the replacement will come only in the for the final character. Now, this is what Alontyasya did. What are you doing specially? You are not doing anything special. So this sutra is useless sutra. Iti iti ata for that he says sarvasya iti AnekalShitSarvasya iti vaksyamanasya sarvadeshatva vakshaya vidhi adeshatva vidhi ayam vidhi apavadah. Adesha vidhi ayam vidhi apavadah. So there is this sutra AnekalShitSarvasya which we are going to see later after two sutras, after one sutra. For that sutra, this is apavada sutra. For that vidhi, this is apavada vidhi. Okay? Iti Apavada, what is apavada? I don't know what apavada is. Apodyate badhyate iti anene iti apavadaha. Apavadaha means apodyate badhyate. Apodyate means that which removes it. Badhyate, that which negates. Removes or negates. That which removes or negates is called as apavada. Okay? Now, bahulakah karani gahi. In the karanartha apavada, the shabda karanartha, in the sense of instrument, gahi pratyaya comes and you get apavada shabda. Yena na aprapte yo vidir arambhyate satasya apavadaha iti apavada lakshanam. This is the definition for apavada. Yena na aprapte. See, this is a beautiful thing. Yena na aprapte. It is not yena aprapte or yena prapte. It is yena na aprapte. Remember that. Yena na aprapte. There are two negatives. Okay. Yena na aprapte. Two negatives means positive. Yena prapte. Okay. Yena prapte yo vidhi arabhyate. When something is there, something is available, some rule is available, then yo vidhi arabhyate. Another vidhi which is coming there, that is called as apavada. That is apavada for the previous vidhi. Okay. Now iti tasya apavadaha. Iti apavada lakshanam. Aprapte iti bhave ktah. Aprapte. There the bhava, in bhavartha, we get kta pratyaya. Okay. Passive voice. Yena iti kartari tritiya. Yena, there the kartrartha, in the sense of subject, it is tritiya. Okay. Dvau. Normally, when you use a passive voice, karta will be in third case, right? Dvau nayo avashaktam bodhyate. There are two negative compounds. Na aprapto. That shows the importance. Avashaktam. This is a compulsory thing. Yed kartrika. So now we have established the Sanskrit rules. Now he is explaining the lakshana, the definition. Yed kartrika. Yet kartrikatva, yet kartrikatva, yet kartrika avashyaka prapto satyam yo vidhi arabhyate. That which is definitely, that which subject is definitely a possible rule, then at that point of time which vidhi is begun, sa arabhyamana vidhi. That vidhi, that injunction which has begun now to function, tasya avashyakatvasya apavadaha. For that which is compulsory, for that this is for the earlier compulsory one, this is a apavada, negation. Okay. Iti tadartha. This is the meaning of the lakshana definition. Ayam cha nyaya siddha. Where do you understand this? Rule exemption. This is the rule. This is the idea of exemption. This is logical, common sense. Nyaya siddha means logical and common sense. Okay. So when there is a rule, that is how it is generally done. Then when there is another rule, then this rule becomes an exemption for the previous rule. Okay. No, that is what he says. Nyaya siddha. Avashik avangadayo hi nit adesha sarve anekal eva. In avang etc. Avang, tatang, anang. Remove the tatang, avang, anang, etc. In these places, avang, spotinus, etc. In this place, the avang which comes there, the avang is a, va, ing, a, v, a, ing. So that is anekal. Since it is anekal sutra comes there. Teshu cha anekal vishesheshu. When this anekal sutra is about to be applied there, then vidhyamanena Gnicca AnekalShitSarvasya swavishaye avashyam praptam anekal samanyena vihitam sarvadeshatvam badhyate. Then the Gnicca, that is a special case there in the avang. So that what it does is the general vidhi which is there, the general rule which is there, AnekalShitSarvasya, it negates that rule. Okay, so this becomes a special rule then. Vishesha vihitatvad niravakashatvacha. So why do you have to bring in this rule? I can use this AnekalShitSarvasya and function. Use this at somewhere else. Why do you have to bring this rule? See, you have to understand this is a Vishesha Vidhi, this is a special rule. Okay, special rule, I'll apply it somewhere, not here. No, don't say that, because if you don't apply it here, there is no place where you can apply this sutra, Gnicca. Only in the place of Nakare, this sutra can be applied. So this will become redundant otherwise. So for these two reasons, this is a special rule and this is a redundant otherwise. So for these two reasons, we are using this sutra. Vishesha, special rule. What is the special thing? He's bringing the explanation for that. Visheshastram hi विशेषेषु झटिति प्रवर्तते विशेषाणां स्वशब्देन उपातत्वात् सामान्य शास्त्रं तु सामान्य मुखेन विशेषेषु प्रवर्तते इति तस्य तेषु मंद प्रवृत्तिः अतः विशेष शास्त्रं प्रबलम्. The विशेष शास्त्र, wherever a special rule is applied, in that place of special rule, it immediately, jhatiti means it immediately starts applying itself. It immediately starts functioning there. The application starts functioning there. But the general rule, it is applied generally everywhere. Okay? And in the Vishesha place also, in the special place also, this general rule will be applied. But the special rule will say, oh, you can come here, but you are not the main person. I am the ruler here, so you get lost. I will take care of this. Therefore, the special rule is powerful when it comes to the general rule. You understand? Okay. I remembered a beautiful example for this when I was explaining in Tamil. I was looking at the door and I remembered this. There is this unsolved mystery, which is a Schrodinger's cat. So this fellow, this Schrodinger, is a great scientist and all that, mathematician and all that, but still he had carved two sections in his door. A big hole and a small hole. A big hole for this big dog and small hole for small cat. People are still wondering why do you have to cut two pieces of wood? In the big hole, the small cat can also come. Why do you have to cut it? Maybe if they both come at the same time, or if one is trying to go out, something, we don't know. You just have to. So the thing is that the big hole, in that the small cat can also go. But in this small hole, the big dog cannot go. That's a special place for that cat. Okay. So this is the idea. Now, otherwise, if you want, we can have another example. In a military cantonment area or in a presidential palace, see, there is a road. In the road, any vehicle, whether it's a general public, military vehicle, or presidential vehicle, whichever vehicle, they can ply on the road. But if it is a road in the presidential palace, then the presidential vehicle, or if it's a cantonment, the military vehicle have precedence. The civilians vehicle don't have any precedence there. Though the vehicle can go, sometimes they will allow the civilian vehicle inside the cantonment or inside the presidential palace, maybe. But that does not have any precedence. Do you understand? So that is how it is. This is also. Taduktam Bhattavartike. In the Bhattavartika, this is what is said. अवश्यमेव सामान्यं विशेषं प्रति गच्छति गतमात्रं च तत्तेन विशेषे स्थाप्यते ध्रुवम्. अवश्यमेव, definitely, सामान्यं विशेषं प्रति गच्छति. The general rule will be applicable in the specific place, in the special place. But the moment it enters, it starts applying itself. Gatamatram cha. The moment it enters, tattena vishesham Stapyate tum. The Vishesha, it establishes its rule immediately. It says, no, this is my place. You don't have to worry about us. Kincha. Yidi Gnicca iti shastram Anekal Vishesheshu Gniccu na pravartate. See, if Gnicca is not applicable in the places of Anekal Gnicca. Okay. Tarhi. Then Tada Anarthakam Evacha. Then this. Okay, first I said I doubted this Gnicca is useless. Now this AnekalShitSarvasya is useless because even if it is multiple characters, you add a nakara it, then it becomes useless. So why do you have to start this Gnicca Sutra, Anekal Sutra here? For that he says, AnekalShitSarvasya ityasya Gniccu apraptau api na anarthakyam. See, AnekalShitSarvasya may not be applicable in the place where there is nakara it, but still it is not redundant. Why? Tatstastamipamiti, tastastamipam tam tam tamaha, asterbhuhu ityadishu aneka also Gniccu tasya avashak savakashakvat. In tastastamipam tam tam tamaha or in asterbhu etc. In these places it is definitely applicable. As dhatu gets bhu adesha. Asterbhuhu. Where will it be applicable? Not in the final character because bhu is bhakara ukara, two characters. So bhakara ukara, therefore aneka al, na eka iti aneka, anekal. Therefore bhu will completely replace us. Okay, so bhu plus tam bhavatam etc. whatever, bhutva bhavitva etc. all those rupas. Angitsu tasya savakashatva. In this Nit X, where the Nit X is absent, in those places which is devoid of Nit, in those places it is applicable. Where the Sarval or Shit, in those places it is applicable. Ataha Visheshastram Prabalamiti. Therefore, the Visheshastra definitely is powerful. Next sutra. Adehe parasya. Adehe parasya. Adehe parasya. I have an issue here actually in this sutra order. Aluntyasya, fine. That's a good sutra. That's a general rule where only in the final character there should be this replacement. That is a good sutra. Okay. This Gnicca is not a sutra which should be brought here. He has brought this sutra because it is next sutra to the AnekalShitSarvasya. Anekal 52, this is 53, and next is 54. In that order, he is bringing the sutra. No. If you have changed the orders in other places, you should be able to change the order in this place also. AnekalShitSarvasya is the vidhi. The exception is Alontyasya is the vidhi. The exception is AnekalShitSarvasya. For Anekal, even if it is Anekal, if it is Gnicca, then Alontyasya will be applicable. So he should have brought in this sutra AnekalShitSarvasya first because that is the rule. So first you have to establish the rule and then the exception. Not first establish the exception and then the rule. Okay. So I am not comfortable with this order actually here. Anyway, we don't know what he saw and how he saw it. Probably he saw, once I explain Alontyasya, if he understands that Gnicca, he will be able to understand, then he can understand the AnekalShitSarvasya later. No issues. Like that probably he thought. Or this is a general rule. First we will put the general rule, then the specific rule later. Something like that probably. Asterbhuhu. Adehe parasya. Adehe parasya. What does he say? Adehe parasya. Two pada sutras. Adehe parasya. Both are Sashti Ekavachana. Sashti Ekavachana, Sashti parasya, Adehe. So, Vishesha Vishesha Bhava. What does the sutra say? Parasya yad vihitam. Whatever is applied for the later portion. Tat tasya Adehe bodhyam. That will be applied for the beginning portion, not at the end, for the end. Alontyasya said, if there is some rule applied, that rule should be applicable only for the final character. Nit also said only for the final character. Here this says if there is a rule for the following word, then it should be for the beginning character, not for the end character. But there should be some other idea here. If there is some nimitta, some some what do you call it? Some instrumental rule there, or some governing rule there, only then this rule, this sutra will be applicable. Okay, so let us say eco energy, remember this eco energy, because we have been seeing this eco energy regularly, so we'll bring in this eco energy. E, where will be the n? Eco n achi. So if ach is there, then in the place of e, in the before character. Okay, but remember this sandhi rule, we are not talking about the sandhi rule, we are talking about the word rules, the rules which are applicable during the processing of word. Okay, in sandhi rule we have specific rules, sixth case, fifth case, seventh case, etc. So based on that the sandhi rules will be applied. Okay, now here even among them, like we saw yesterday, udu plus prasthanam, that the rule will not be applied there. Udu plus prasthanam, what is the rule there? The pra separates udu plus sthanam, because the sutra says udasthastam doho purvasya. Udu, when followed by stha and stambha, then purva savarna will take place. Okay, now udu plus sthanam, that sakara becomes a thakara creature. Udu plus thanam, ututhanam. Okay, udu plus thanam, then jalo jari savarne utthanam, etc. will come. Now there utthanam, because the word ud, which is the nimitta there, because that is the nimitta, based on that nimitta we are applying it for the sthana, you are bringing the purva savarna. Okay, there is a nimitta, based on this nimitta you are doing the change for the next word, so that should come only for the beginning. That is the idea here. आदेः परस्य टीका. द्व्यन्त उपसर्गेभ्यो अप इत्यादौ अलोन्त्यस्य इत्यस्य अपवादः. टीका it is adding one more line, alontya, for that sutra this is apavada sutra. Okay, द्व्यन्त उपसर्गेभ्यो अप इत्यादौ तस्मादित्युत्तरस्य परिभाषया परस्य नियमितं कार्यं यत् तद् तस्य आधेः एव भवति, न तु अलोन्त्यस्य इति तदन्त्यस्य इत्यर्थः. So द्विर्गता आपः यस्याः, like that there's a form where the water is flowing on both sides, on all sides, both sides. That's the area. Dvirgataha. So krit adhita samasascha, therefore it becomes pradipadika, and so pradipadikayoho you get the soup dropped, then dvi plus up, then what is the sutra? Dirbhu prasamaanakshe. There is a samasanta, dvi plus up plus a. Okay, dvi plus up plus a. At this point of time, this sutra comes and says apa eat. For apa eat comes. Okay, where will this come? Apa dvi apa plus a dvi apa. If apa for apa eat comes, alontya paribhasha api, dvi api, dvipi, dvyapi, dvyapi, you can achieve dvyapi, the rule will be, the form will be. That is not what we want, because adeha parasya says It should not be. See, you are basing your rule based on the dvi upasarga, dvi word. So the change should come for the first character in the next word, second word. The second word, is the first character. Apa, is the first character. For that, it comes. So dvi plus e plus apa, dvi plus e plus pa, e pa, dvi plus e pa. Akaswarni dirgha dvipa. Dvipa means island. Okay, that is the formation of the word dvipa. Now he says, now for e, where did we bring in the e? Not for apa, the later a, but for the previous a. Okay, so that is the idea. तदाह अलोन्त्यस्य अन्त्यस्य इत्यस्य अपवादः इति तत्र अलह इति अनुवर्तनीयम्. अलह character should come here also. For any character which is the first, for that character the change should take place. That's the idea. तेन द्वीपमित्यत्र ईत्वं पान्त समुदायस्य न भवति. Therefore, because of this sutra, for dvipa the e should not come for the panta samudaya. Panta samudaya is pakara akara. For that it should not. Alontya paribhashya, it should not come for the later but for apa, the previous okay. The next sutra, AnekalShitSarvasya, 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 AnekalShitSarvasya. It's not shit sarvasya, because in English, when you write these sutras, transliterate it, it will be something odd. So AnekalShitSarvasya, AnekalShitSarvasya. Okay, AnekalShitSarvasya. This is AnekalShit and Sarvasya, two pada sutras. Anekal is prasama ekavachana, Anekal halanta, therefore prasama ekavachana, and Sarvasya, sya, therefore it is sashti ekavachana. So two pada sutras. AnekalShitSarvasya. Spashtam. What is the meaning for the sutra? Spashtam. Spashtam means clear. He is not explaining, he is not interested in explaining anything in this sutra, this tough sutra. He is not interested in explaining anything. Why? Alontyasya, now we'll come to that later. Now, alone, AnekalShitSarvasya, tika. AnekalShitSarvasya. Sa ekah, na ekah, anekah. Nai tatpurusha samasa. Na ekah, anekah. Okay. Anekal yasya sa anekal. Bahuri samasa. Anekal for which there are multiple als, not one, more than one al, that is aneka. Anekal. Shakara it yasya sa shit, for which shakara is it, that is shit. Anekal, anekal cha shit cha iti samahara pundaha. Anekal at the same time it is shit. We call this bahuvrihi garbhita dvandva samasa, because shit is bahuvrihi garbhita. Anekal is also bahuvrihi garbhita. Therefore, bahuvrihi garbhita dvandva samasa. Spashtamiti. Why did he say spashtam? Anuvartaniya padantaranam abhavat iti. There is no need for carrying forward any character, any word from the previous sutras. This sutra in itself is complete sutra. AnekalShitSarvasya bodhyam. Over. So that is why he is not worried about commenting upon this sutra. Okay. Iti Aster bhu ityadi udaharanam. The Aster bhu which we saw earlier is example for this. No, but wait. Aneka an as dhatoho bhu bhavati ityukte कृष्णस्यैव आदेशः प्राप्तः इति किमर्थम इदं सूत्रम आरभ्यते. See, simple. For us, bhu should come. Where will we replace? Not for sakara. Is for, I will replace sakara with bhu. Bhu. No. For as dhatu, bhu comes. If I say it should come for the whole of the word, there is no doubt regarding that. Because you are specifically saying for us word bhu should come. Then why do you have to have this sutra itself? For that he says ityatah, for that we say alontyasya sutra apavada. This is a apavada for alontyasya, because when I say for us bhu should come, generally the first rule is alontya. That's the general rule. So it says, okay, for the final character, when you are going to apply for the final character, at that point we come and say no, not for final character. This is bakara plus ukara. This is anekal. Therefore, it should come for the whole of as dhatu. Okay. So, iti apavadha. Alontya iti sutra ekavida anukaranam. Alontya in this sutra, from there, ekadesha anukaranam. You understand from one part, alontya, this one part you have to carry forward to understand the sutra actually. Anukaranatvad na apashabdah. Anukarana, since you are carrying forward, there is no apashabda here. Apavada, etc. apashabda here. Adhirishvara iti सूत्र एकदेशस्य प्राग्रीश्वरा निपाताः इति ग्रहणलिङ्गात्. How do you bring in only one part, alontyasya? Instead of alontyasya, you are bringing alontya, not sya. Why? Yes, there is a predecessor here for this. There is a rule, another rule which establishes this kind of a thing, where pragrishwarat nipataha. There is a sutra adhirishware. So, pragrishwarat nipata, what does this say? Probably, generally people say pragishwarat nipata. It's not pragishwarat nipata. It is pragrishwarat. Adi rishware. Instead of breaking it as adi ishware, he will break it as adi rishware. So, pragrishwarat, till that rishwara, you have to, this whole thing is nipata. Okay. So there Rishwara he is breaking. Similarly, we are breaking. There is no problem here. Iti that lingat. Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that. The opponent says, okay, fine. Ashtan sabdad jasi shasi cha ashta avibhakto iti atva atve ashta as iti sthite ashtana avibhakto. See, ashtan is the base word. Ashtan plus jas. Jas chutu ashtan plus as. Okay. Now ashtana avibhakto. Ashtana avibhakto. Because of this sutra, for ashtan a will come. Okay. Vibhakti, just vibhakti. When the vibhakti follows, vibhakti is following. So ashtan a, where will the a come? Alontyasya. Ashta plus a, ashta. You remove the nakara. Ashta plus as. Ashta plus as iti sthite. In this situation, ashtabhya aush iti krita akarat ashtabhyah ashtanah parayoho jashasoho vidhiyamanah aush adeshah alontyasya iti badhitva adehe parasya iti. Now we'll understand that. The next sutra comes and says ashtabhya aush. For ashtabhyah aush will come. When the ashta is followed by whatever, then that a will get aush. Ashta plus a, that a will come get aush. Now where will the aush come? Okay, followed by as. So on alontyasya, the sakara will be replaced with au. No. Okay, adehe parasya, since there is a nimitta ashta, the first character of the next word, which is a, will get a au. Au plus is aus. It will become. No. Then what? Aush is shit, shakarayit. AnekalShitSarvasya. So if it is shakarayit, it's sarvasya bodhyam. So it will replace the a and come there. It will come as a replacement for a. Au will be complete replacement for us. Not just for us, complete. So ashta plus au. That will be the form. So that is why he says iti alontyasya iti badhitva. So first alontyasya is negated by adehe parasya. Ityadehe iti akarasya praptah. For the au is prapta. How is there available for as replacement for a? At that point of time, anekaltvacha sarvadesha prapta. Since it is anekal and shit, sarvadesha is prapta. Evam ato bisa ais ityadopi. Similarly, in ato bisa ais. Not ato bis ais, ato bisa ais. Okay, bisa is subshashti. Ais is prathama ekavachana. So ataha is a panchami. So what does the sutra says? When ata is followed by bisa, ais replaces it. Now Rama plus bisa. There's akaranta followed by bisa. Bis is replaced with ais. Rama plus ais. Ramaihi vruddhi ramaihi. So that is why he says ato bisa ais ityado. Similarly in ato bisa ais also, because I is anekal. Okay. Tatra कतरच् शास्त्रं बाध्यं कतरच्च प्रवर्तत इत्यत्र किं विनिगमनकम् इत्यत्र आह. Okay, fine. You said AnekalShitSarvasya, then you said Alontyasya, then you said Adehe Parasya. Which will be the rule and which will be the exception? What is the Vinigamaka? What is the rule for that? Which should be applied and which should not be applied? What is the governing rule for that? For that we'll say Ashtabhya Aushityado api. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.